Hey everyone, Shakarez or Kayle here, and today I'm bringing you guys a commentary which I haven't done in quite a while. And today I'm bringing you PBE gameplay. Now, I've been playing a bit on the PBE, playing around with stuff. Unfortunately, don't have that much footage because, Riot's been changing between the Season 5 changes and just removing them from the PBE, probably because of the new patch they want to implement before the preseason changes is what I'm guessing. But yeah, I did get a bit of footage. You'll notice here that I'm starting at the frog type thing. I'm not sure what his name is. And then I'm going wolves. Now, many changes to the jungle. Big buffs only spawn at 2:30. So for the most part, most junglers will be doing two small camps and then either a third small camp or a buff camp, and then they'll have to back, depending on how good they are early. Because some of the junglers were really hit hard with these changes and can't really sustain themselves. And right here I was going for the new golems, which are they have new names, like Crags or something like that. But yeah, was going for those, but saw this chase, wanted to kill him, and I did kill him. Survived with 30 HP, but got the kill. And now I'm going back, and I'm going to buy my jungle enchantment. Now, biggest changes in the map are to the jungle, and basically how this works is you have 4 enchantments, which will change your... Not enchantments, these are the enchantments are the other part. You have 4 items that build out of machete that will change the way smite works. So basically you have 4 different items that build from machete. One, which is the one I bought, basically lets me smite enemy champions and dealing, not dealing damage, but when I smite them, I gain a shield based on my maximum HP. And my 3 hits, the 3 next hits I do to that target will deal bonus true damage. Now, as you can imagine, that's really good on someone like Kayle because she's very attack speed based, so it's very easy for her to proc it. And any fighter or duelist kind of jungler will benefit a lot from this type of smite. So I went for this smite. There's also other 3 types of smite. There's the smite that gives you an AoE smite to clear your camps better, so probably best suited towards someone like a Rammus or maybe a Nautilus. Then there's quick smite, which gives you takes 10 seconds from your smite cooldown each time you kill a camp with smite or kill a camp. I'm not sure if you require... No, you don't require smite. Every time you kill a camp, it goes down for 10 seconds. So that's basically for fast clearing and stuff like that. And the other one, which one am I missing? Oh yeah, I'm missing the one that, which is a challenging smite, I think that's the name. Basically, it changes your smite to be able to target champions as well as the one I'm using, but instead of giving a shield and bonus 2 damage on hit, it then gives me... What does it give? Oh yeah, it slows the enemy champion for 50%. For 2 or 2.5 seconds, and it also deals true damage when you use the smite. So also pretty good for those junglers that don't necessarily have CCs, or someone like a Shyvana really benefits from that change, especially because it's not something that's really going to impact her build. It's like an item that she has to buy anyway, so why not go for that enchantment? And right here, I'm putting this at normal speed because I'm getting this crab. This is one of the new changes in this new jungle, and right here I tried to annoy Fiddle, but he had smite, so no way I'm going to kill him. Basically, that crab it's bugged. I'm gonna go through it. You'll see that black thing. When the enemy has it, you'll see the graphics a bit better. It's a bit bugged right now, but basically this crab is a buff in the river. I don't know its spawn time, but basically what it does is it leaves a mark on the floor, and every time you pass through it, you get speed. So kind of like the speed shrines on Dominion. And not only that, it also gives vision. So it's very important early game for dragon control. I expect to see a lot of strategies revolving around getting the crab to guarantee dragon control, because it gives you a lot of vision between lanes and for dragon control as well. So whoever gets that gets a really big edge in terms of ganking and map control. So it's a really interesting purchase, addition, I mean. And yeah, right here I'm just counter jungling. Oh, you saw me smite and gain a lot of health back instantly. And I'd like to move on to smite buffs. Now, the way the jungle was changed into is basically each jungle camp has a smite buff. So whenever you smite it, and you don't need to kill it with smite, you just need to use smite on it. Whenever you smite it, you gain a buff. So basically how it works, oh yeah, right here I almost got killed. That was pretty scary. And they steal my red, but I stole Fiddle's red, so it's okay. And I'm gonna buy my enchant wall, which I'll talk about in a second. So yeah, basically each camp has a smite buff, and the smite buffs really help you with jungle clearing, sustain, health sustain, mana sustain. They help you with a lot of stuff. And yeah, I would explain it, but we have a fight here. They get the dragon, but we're obviously going for the kills. Right here you see that they got the crab. That's why it's giving them vision, and it's red because it's the enemies. And it's also giving them speed whenever they walk over it. So right here, we're just clearing their jungle. And yes, back to smite buffs. Now, each camp gives a type of smite buff. Frog gives you like a dot, like the red dot, but instead of true damage, it gives you... Exactly, I'm hovering over it now. Attackers are poisoned, 54 magic damage for 3 seconds. So it's kind of similar to red buff, but with magic damage and not true damage. Then these little guys here that I'm doing right now give you a buff that used to be an execution buff. Now, basically, it's after every 5 hits, I believe. What it does is you now... What was it? Oh, yeah. After 5 hits, you get stun on minions or monsters. And that's pretty useful for those junglers who can't really clear well. And they'll probably have to start golem and smite golems so they can actually get those benefits. And then the chickens, or the razor beaks, which is their name, are by far the hardest camp in the new jungle. If you are going to play on the PBE or test it, or when you get to preseason, you should avoid that camp early because it takes a lot of your HP. And the smite buff on it is really geared towards mid-game, and it's one of the best smite buffs, which is, it grants you, I have it right now, and if you had sound, you'd hear the fucking razor beaks doing the noise, like, caw, caw, caw. Basically, what it does is it gives you the ability to see a ward if you walk over it. So it's very good for dragon control, your own jungle control, or if you're going to like invade someone, it's really useful because it allows you to spot a ward if you walk over one. Basically, once you walk over a ward, it activates kind of an Oracle's Elixir, and from there, after it activates the Oracle's Elixir, you can basically just get that ward off. Obviously, after you get the smite buff, and I just got it again, after you walk over one ward, it will just do the Oracle, it will do the Oracle effect and then run out. But you can always renew it by smiting another Razorbeak camp. And who am I missing? Oh yeah, and then there's also wolves. Wolves basically just send out a spectral wolf that will scout your jungle. So far, probably I'd have to say like the least interesting one, but I can see it being useful for like junglers who have a hard time. Clearing, and right here I almost died to Fiddle because I was too greedy, but his drain is too OP. So yeah, basically for those types of junglers I can see it being useful. And then blue and red buff, pretty simple smite buffs. Whenever you smite blue you get a mana buff, and whenever you smite red you get a health buff. So it allows you, especially to clear buffs early. If you smite red on your first clear, you'll get that instant health back. You don't need to smite it to kill it. You can just like smite in the beginning to get the health back. Of course, that there's a lot of strategy involved because you want to keep Smite to obviously take down the buff so it doesn't get stolen. But with good ward coverage, you can go for that. And right here, I catch Janna, and look at the damage, unreal. And okay, moving on to jungle enchantments. Yeah, the enchantments are the items that build off of the machete upgrades. So from there, and independent of the machete you got, the machete type, you can go into 4 items, which is really cool because this allows you to go for like in this case, I'm going for the Feral Flare type item, which I'll explain in a second, and I'm using my Challenging or Devastating Smite, which is the smite that gives me a shield and gives me true damage on hit to the target I smite. Now I could do this, and I could still go for the Feral Flare item and get like my Quick Smite and prioritize clearing fast. So it gives you a lot of versatility in the jungle and a lot of choices in regards to what to do in each situation. Am I playing against a champion who will counter jungle me? Am I playing to duel the other jungler, so I might want this? Do I need CC? So you can change independent of the item you're going to choose. Now, really interesting here. And I almost died here. And you'll notice I smited. I don't know if you can notice that, but I smited. Fiddlesticks got my shield back. And it's giving me a 160 HP shield, which is pretty decent and can save you if you use it correctly. And for duels, it's really strong as well. Now, I buy my Nashor's Tooth, buy my CDR boots, and the item I'm using right now is the Feral Flare type item. It's basically the Smite, the Machete item, plus a Recurve Bow, and then it gives me like 50% attack speed, and besides 50% attack speed, I think it gives me 30 or 40 magic damage on hit, and that magic damage on hit goes up by 1 each time I clear a camp, or by 2 each time I get a kill or assist. Now this obviously is going to be good on any type of Feral Flare jungler now in Season 4, but I really like it on Kayle because it's magic damage. And Kayle obviously has her Shredding passive. She'll also usually go for something like a Void Staff. So basically what this means is I'm stacking on-hit magic damage, and then I'm going to amplify it or ignore the MR with my Void Staff. So right here we get the dragon, and you see that we get no gold, but we got a buff saying +1 regeneration. And I'll leave the link to the summoner to the changes. But basically, oh yeah, right here, out of fucking nowhere, Jace comes on and yeah, kills me. Anyways, dragon now gives a permanent bonus, and the bonuses go up by each dragon you get. Now, first one is regen. Second, I'm not actually sure, but then it involves extra AD, extra AP, magic penetration. It gives you a lot of buffs, and then by the 5th dragon, it triples all your buffs and gives you like a true damage bonus as well. But that only lasts for a second. But all the other bonuses are permanent, so control around dragon changed a lot. It's going to be more about getting the permanent buffs and not about getting gold, because it doesn't give gold anymore. But the permanent buffs scale into late game really well, and if you can get those buffs before your opponent, you're obviously going to have an edge. So think of it kind of like a Baron, but a permanent Baron, kind of. So right there I get the crab, looking to kill someone. And yeah, like this attack speed item on Kayle is pretty much like perfection. Like you'll see that I have 26 stacks. It's the Madrid type icon. That basically means that aside from, oh yeah, and this is the Razor Beak bonus right there. I got the oracles, and I'm doing red. This means that basically, besides the 40 or 30, I think it's 40, besides the 40 magic damage that I get on hit when I got the item, I'm also getting plus 28. So I'm getting 68, now 69 because I got those golems. 69 bonus magic damage on hit. Now this goes really well with Kayle because I have my passive, I have Nashor's Tooth, which is extra magic damage on hit, and I actually think that in the next season, Kayle is a tier 2, potentially a tier 1 jungler. We'll have to see because of the other junglers, but she's definitely like a tier 2 jungler. and she's definitely stronger than she is currently in Season 4. So right here I'm just clearing, not smiting my red buff because I know it's good. And I was going to smite the Razor Beaks, but now we're going here for a little fight. And you'll notice that I ult myself a lot, and basically this is because I'm on 200 ping. And playing on 200 ping is extremely hard. I'm not really used to it. Right here I smite the Jace, so I'm getting like the bonus true damage on him, which is really nice. A lot of damage going on to him, and I basically take him down. So, going on to the jungle enchantments. The one I'm using is the Feral Flare type with the attack speed and the stacking magic damage bonus. Aside from that, you have other 3 items. So you have the tank item, which builds off of machete item, giant's belt, and cloth armor, and it gives you obviously armor, health, and I think they removed the movement speed and the cooldown reduction, and instead they put tenacity on it, like the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. So it's a really nice item for tank junglers. Then they have the Lifesteal type jungle item, which is basically a Vamp Scepter plus a machete item. And basically what it gives AD and Lifesteal, and I can see it being used like on Lee Sin and those fighter junglers that really benefit from Lifesteal and benefit from combat stats and want to fight. And then there's the AP magic, the AP jungle item, which is actually pretty strong. It's very similar to the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. I think right now, unless it was changed, it's 90 AP, 10% cooldown reduction, and 10 flat magic penetration. And it builds off of... what does it build? Oh yeah, builds off of Machete item and Fiendish Codex. So pretty strong item as well. And that's probably what Fiddlesticks is going for. And you might see it on like an Amumu if he doesn't go for the tank item. Or like a Diana. It depends, kind of. Like the new jungle items definitely give you a lot of choices. Right here, I really couldn't steal the dragon because I didn't have smite, but I just went for the kill on Lucian. And again, you saw me ulting early, and that's basically because my ping is so high. And right here, I smite Jace to get the shield. I ended up not needing it, so I just run away. And a wild Fiddlesticks appears, but he's not going to kill me. And right here, I think we go around for the fight. Yeah, Impact right here goes in. Almost gets killed by the Fiddlesticks. And then he gets killed and I get killed. He gets killed by the Silence Bounce and I get killed by Jace, but it's still worth. And from here, I'm probably going to buy Zhonya's, I think, because Jace was doing a lot of damage. But the build, like the Kayle build, could go from anything, like from here, from the core, from this item and Nashor's. You could go for like a more mage type Kayle with Zhonya's, Void Staff, Lichbane, and then finish off the build there. Or instead go for what I'm going for, which is go for a Runons or a Wit's End. I'm going for a Wit's End. And then a Void Staff. I think Void Staff is always important. Even if you get Wit's End, it's like flat magic resistance reduction isn't really enough. So you're going to need that penetration as well. So right there, I took blue. I smited the frog because I want the magic damage on hit. I think it's really strong. And it really complements like all the magic damage on hit. Like I'm getting the magic damage on hit from the frog, from Nashor's, and from my jungle items. So you see like I'm really chunking this Janna hard. I'm doing like 200 per hit, and I have 1.87 attack speed. So I have really high attack speed, and I'm shredding a lot too. And this goes all really well with Kayle's passive, but I've mentioned that at least 5 times now. Anyways, right here, really confusing fights. Jace goes after Impact, doesn't succeed. And for this build, since I'm not going for like the mage type, I'm going for the on-hit, I'm going to be maxing Q last and maxing my W second. If you go for the mage style, you can really choose what you want to do. You could go for the heal max last because you're going to benefit more from Q since you're maxing it. It all depends, honestly. There's a lot of testing to do. I'm still not sure on a lot of stuff, but I know that this is really interesting. And I played 2 games of Skarner as well, and Skarner seems very strong as well. I'm really liking the jungle items on him. I was expecting him to be weaker because Elder Lizard is such a good item on him, but I have to say he's pretty good with 2 items. If you guys want me to, I can upload the game commentary, but I will be doing like a small series on the map changes so you guys can understand them better, and probably do like some analysis so you guys get a head start before the preseason starts, because I know everyone's anxious to get that preseason started and discover what's strong, what's not strong, what you should do, what you should look out for, and all that kind of stuff. And right here I'm just gonna buy a Null Magic Mantle. Oh yeah, one of the changes, Null Magic Mantle is now 500 gold, which is really annoying if you're going to buy mercs. I was playing Skarner and I had like 400 gold, and I thought, oh, I have enough money for a Null Magic Mantle. Nope, it's 500 gold now. The boots aren't more expensive. The combined cost is lower because Null Magic Mantle's price went up. It's a bit annoying, but you'll get used to it, I guess. Right here I'm just clearing, and I think like Quick Smite is one of those smites that becomes irrelevant mid-game onwards. If you go for like these types of junglers like Kayle and Master Yi that clear super fast, because they're not going to need them late game because they just clear so fast. You see me clearing with like 2 hits. There's like really no point. And right here I'm just trying to murder people. And I do save Jace, I believe. And then I go for... I do save Shen, go for Jace. I get him. I Zhonya's, I force Lucian back. And oh yeah, this turret, what you're seeing, like the beam thing, is a resistant shredder. So diving these turrets is super, super, super hard to do and super dangerous. And if you're not careful, it will pretty much shred your resist and you'll get killed instantly. And the second turret, the inner turrets, now give you a shield. So there's a lot of work done around protection against like heavy poke and siege comps, which is nice. Because on the other hand, there are elixirs to help you siege and help you do certain things. So the game balance is definitely really interesting. And right here, 200 ping OP couldn't really chase the Lucian, and then I should have just ran, but I stayed with Shen. I fought, but it's okay. I got my wit's end, and now I'm thinking what I'm gonna buy, and I'm obviously going for my my Void Staff to finish off my build. So yeah, I'm super excited for these changes. As I said, I'm going to be making some videos, not only telling you what the changes are, because what the changes are you can always check on surrender20.net or Reign of Gaming, and just see for yourself what the changes are. But I'll be trying to do a bit more of analysis to explain what's going on. I wanted to talk a bit briefly about the elixirs, but unfortunately I didn't shop. I didn't get one yet. I know I get one this game, but I think it's later into the game. So right here, we catch them doing Dragon. Yeah, right here. See, I got +2 defense, and I think it has to do with like armor and MR. And then after that, the next buff is going to be AD and AP, and then armor and magic penetration, I'm sure. So right here, I was just chasing that Janna, but she's pretty impossible to be chased, so not going to happen. But the game's pretty much ours right now. I'm really fed. As you can see, I don't really have a lot of AP. Like, I'm gonna finish the game with 300 AP, I guess. But despite only having that AP, I'm doing a lot of magic damage. Now, Wit's End does 42 flat magic damage, and it also reduces the MR of a target. So alongside my passive, it's just gonna destroy. And right here, I wanted to ult, but ulting at 200 ping is really hard, and I wasn't expecting to be double crit by Jace. He got 2k damage on me in like what, 2 seconds? And I didn't have time to ult. Like, ulting on 200 ping is super hard. If you're not used to it, of course. Because I used to play on an A and I used to do fine, but I'm just not used to it anymore. So, yeah, I guess things change. Oh yeah, here are their elixirs. So there's 4 elixirs. I'm getting the sorcery one, which gives me, I'm pretty sure it's AP. Not quite sure if it's, yeah, it's AP. I'm not sure if it gives you cooldown reduction, but it's AP, and then it gives you bonus 2 damage on hit or something like that, or on single target spells, and on hit and single target spells. It's something like that. And again, it's something that really benefits Kayle again. And right here we go for a fight. I forgot to use Zhonya's because I suck. But I took down 2 by myself, and we pretty much finished from here. Unfortunately, mid-game or early game, like, their Yasuo decided to go AFK, so it wasn't really a challenge. Oh yeah, and I was hovering over that. Elixir, but I didn't check what it said. And I also hovered over the Feral Flare type item. I don't know if you noticed. And it's basically giving me 121 bonus damage on hit, which is really strong. So that's another change. That's one of the items to really look out for. I don't know. I feel like it might be nerfed because junglers that benefit from it, like Master Yi, will definitely do really well with it. I know it doesn't give lifesteal anymore, but it's a pretty good item. And right here, I just come in and close the game. I've been rambling for a lot of time now. Really, I ran out of subjects to talk about. But you guys can expect more videos from now on. I guess I'm back into video making, and I'm finally getting some more ideas. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this PBE commentary. If you'd like to see one of the Skarner ones, leave a comment down below, or actually maybe I'll leave a comment and you guys like it, and if it gets enough likes, or if the video or if this video gets enough likes, I'll upload the Skarner one. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.